feel like a lot of things have changed since quarantine. Like, you should feel passionate and care about what you're doing. How could I not have seen this, you know? Why did it take me this long? I was not making nearly enough for the work that I put in. If you have blackheads, I'm telling you, this stuff will change your life. Use this for 3 months every single night. Your lashes will at least double in size. All right, so it sounds like it's kind of a trial and error process. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm coming at you from my newly renovated patio. It's super cute and it's now my favorite place in the apartment. I want to give you guys a little life update because I feel like a lot of things have changed since quarantine and all that happened. I've made like a lot of life decisions that I want to update you guys on just because I'm not doing the things that I was doing before quarantine happened. And then also I thought I would show you my nighttime tanning routine because there are some products that I really want to tell you guys about, and also I got some new tanning products that I'm really excited to try out today. This is my nighttime smoothie. I usually eat this around 7, 8, it's just after 7 right now. This is when I start to wind down, so I'm going to drink this while I talk to you guys. The first change I really want to talk about was something that I decided over quarantine. If you've seen the Get to Know Us video and other videos on my channel, you'll have seen that I have been going to school for a long time now. It's been like 4 years. I was first going for pre-med when I went to Grand Valley, and then I changed that major and I changed it to nursing, and the past 2 years I've been taking nursing prerequisite classes. And so at this point in my school timeline, I had applied to nursing schools. I had applied to Grand Valley. I did not get into there, which was super disappointing, but I wasn't as upset about it as you would think I would be, I guess. So I was just planning on going to Grand Rapids Community College, taking my nursing classes, getting my RN, which would take about 2 years, and then working as an RN and taking classes online while I did that to get my bachelor's degree. So it was going to take me 4 years in all. I don't mind school. I was kind of at the point where I was like, whatever, I need to finish school at this point. I don't really care, which isn't great, you know? Like, you should feel passionate and care about what you're doing. Over quarantine, Brayden and I went home and stayed with his parents for a while, and his parents know me very well. And they're always checking in, asking for updates, giving me advice. They were just asking me what my update was, and I basically told them what I just told you guys. His mom kind of came up to me and she was like, you don't seem very excited about nursing. You don't seem very excited about your future. And I'm like, I don't really care about medical stuff. I've done really well in nursing classes. I really like the human body. I really like knowing how it all works. I like learning about it. I don't necessarily like the idea of the hands-on stuff. But at this point, I've gone 4 years into a medical direction, and it's like, what do I do? Start from scratch? I was just talking to her about it a lot over the break. She was just like, you're not even out of school yet, and you already know this isn't what you really want to do. The big thing that hit me, his mom and his dad really stressed this. They were like, in 20 years, are you going to be happy waking up every morning and doing what you're doing? You have this beautiful time where you don't have to worry about anything. Just think about how 4 years is really nothing compared to the rest of your life. And I was like, kind of right. I'm like, well, crap, what do I want to do though? I don't even know what I want to do. This has happened many times where I'm like, this isn't what I want to do. What am I going to do? I need to figure out something, a new life plan. This time though, it brought me back to something I hadn't thought about in a long time, and it was my love for history. I've always loved history. My favorite place in the world are museums. I would spend my time growing up researching conspiracy theories, learning the history of religions. But when the conversations start in high school where it's like, what do you want to do? My parents were always like, what is there to do? You can teach and you won't make any money. There's no jobs, so don't even think about it. and I hadn't until now. So I was like, okay, let's just see what jobs come up, because I honestly hadn't even looked into it because so ingrained in my mind was the fact that there were no jobs in history. Started doing research on jobs, and obviously it's like history teacher, like in high school, or history professor, archaeologist, which is super cool. Then I found this one job that I like literally hadn't even thought of, and I don't even understand why. Archaeologist, to work in a museum. When I read that, I was like, shoot, like this is it. I was so excited to see that there were so many facets working in museums, and every single one of it sounded so amazing to me. It was like explaining pieces and artifacts to guests, having school groups come in and teaching kids, working with local artists in their works, working with exhibits, planning what goes out in certain collections, going to auctions, finding new pieces to add to collections. Then there's like individual research you can do. There's philanthropic work with it. The more I read about this job, I was like, this is so for me. I think I'm going to minor in art history. Looking back when I went to school, when I went to Grand Valley, only research that I ever got involved with was with the professor for the art side of history of science, writing a history book about Grand Valley State. And I was like, how could I not have seen this, you know? Like, why did it take me this long? And a big part of that is I've been in tough situations before where I wasn't paying for my school, my parents were in charge of paying, they had their own thoughts on what they wanted me to go into, and it was not history. But now I am on my own, in my own space, paying for myself. Brandon has been the most supportive person in the world to me. Like, the second I told him, he was like, do it. And I was like, I won't be the one supporting you like we always said it would be. And he was like, I don't care. He's like, it's not fair for you not to follow your dreams. I officially signed up for classes in the fall. It is going to be 3 years. I'm taking a year and a half over at GRCC, Grand Rapids Community College. And then I'm taking a year and a half at Grand Valley State University. I've already got it set up. I've been talking to advisors, signed up for the classes. The classes are amazing. They're like the history of art, like Renaissance art. It's like East Asia and Buddhism, a class about aesthetics. So that's what's happening with school. So starting August, I'll be full-time school, and it'll be kind of like a grind. Okay, second little update. This one's a smaller one. I think I mentioned in a vlog right before all this happened that I got a job at Outback Steakhouse. I worked there for about a month before everything happened. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I kind of just had a few bad experiences. My old job, I worked at a really nice restaurant downtown. We were known for our like rotating taps and our really good food. We had like new cocktails every month. It was just like all local people who would come in when they were looking for like a night out with their girlfriends, or like business meetings, or like get-togethers with families, and I would make really good money. I mean, serving is not an easy job, but if you're making that kind of money, it makes it worth it. So I started working at Outback. My problem with it was just, it was so different than what I was used to. A majority of the customers would come in and complain about their steak. I had so many people call me over and tell me that they needed the manager to pay for their steak, even if they ate it. And it's like, okay, I totally get, like, you're paying, I mean, it wasn't the most expensive steak because it was Outback Steakhouse, but you're paying a certain amount of money for this cut of meat, and you'd expect it to be good. But when the majority of the customers are expecting their meal to be paid for, it's just like, you know that you're not going to get a good tip. And I don't make hourly. My livelihood is based on these people liking their food. And it was just a lot of people who were very whiny and complaining about the food that they got. I guess if you're that picky about your steak, go to a steakhouse, not Outback Steakhouse, you know? Go somewhere downtown. I don't think I mentioned it directly, but I was not making nearly enough for the work that I put in. Like, serving is hard, and it's not worth it if you're just making minimum wage. Like, if I want to make minimum wage, I'll go literally anywhere else where I can get a paycheck and not work as hard as I do as a server. By the time quarantine hit, I had already been talking to Brandon about just like, I think I was gonna look into places downtown, other places in the area that I wanted to apply to, that I was not like happy at Outback, but I wasn't gonna quit because I didn't want to not have a job again, you know. Quarantine hit. Obviously restaurants shut down, and I was able to collect unemployment, which was fantastic, and that is how I'm going to school in the fall. So like, thank you. There started to be talk about opening up again, and we had to go through all these like safety modules, and it was like talking about what life was going to be like working at Outback when everything went back into session. It sounded horrible. It would have made the job that was already so hard to do even harder. I was already making less than I wanted to make. I may as well get a minimum wage job, especially if there's a good chance this is coming back. I'm just in a really tough spot right now. So bottom line is I quit Outback Steakhouse, so I'm unemployed again. With deciding to go back into history, I felt myself be able to really hone in on like my passions that I haven't been able to think about since like high school. I've been reading so much, I've been painting, and I've been practicing piano, I've been sewing. I've just been like getting back to my creative roots that I felt for so long I had to like close off. I feel so good, I feel so happy. I've never felt more like myself in my entire life. So it's almost 8 now. I'm gonna head inside and start to show you my nighttime routine plus my tanning routine. Hey guys, I'm so sorry for the horrible yellow lighting. I promise I will run to a ring light, but really fast. This video is kind of like a little prequel to a big video I'm filming tomorrow that I'm beyond excited about. It has to do with this little thing behind me. This is like the little setup. I'm trying to channel my inner James Charles for tomorrow. I'm like trying to find the best yellow lighting and it just doesn't exist. Because of quarantine, I have totally run out of makeup and I decided I really want to try some new makeup products I've never tried before, but of course I want to film me trying them. So now we're in my bathroom. Some of the items that I got are items that need to be tried out the night before. The goal is to try to start like getting ready for bed around 10 so that I'm like in bed by 11 and can like wake up before 8. The first thing that I usually do is take out my contacts, so I'm gonna take those out real fast and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. Everything in the viewfinder looks horribly blurry, so I'm hoping that that is not the case in real life. Next, I just take off my eye makeup. I tend to use thicker mascaras, so they don't often come off with a makeup wipe. Take it off with Vaseline. Mascara's gone. This is when I usually use a makeup wipe to get the majority of my makeup off my face. Usually I like the sensitive skin makeup wipes from Target that are like based on the Neutrogena brand. Those are really nice and they don't have any harmful chemicals in them. They're supposed to be really soothing on your skin. Also, don't mind her. She's a little pimply friend. Then I usually wash my face. This is usually the face wash that I use. This is the Neutrogena oil-free acne wash in pink grapefruit. It does have the little beads in it, which since buying this, I have heard that the beads are bad for your skin. I haven't had that issue. I haven't really noticed anything negative about it, but I don't know if I really would. And I've had the hardest time with acne. I grew up with cystic acne. That's why I got on birth control so young. I still struggle with so many blackheads on my nose, little whiteheads around here, and a ton on my chin. It is always like a struggle trying to figure out what the best products are. I feel like my skin is honestly the best it's ever been. I feel like I finally got into like a good routine because of quarantine. I really like focused in on like what products were good for my skin, using a combination of this scrub brush. So I don't do it every single day, I do it every other day. And this has like saved me. This Clinique Blackhead Solutions, it heats up and melts your blackheads. These claw clips are so like in right now, and honestly I don't know how to wear it. Alright, after that one, my skin is just like so smooth. You can tell it is very like exfoliated. Okay, so next I'm gonna do the blackhead remover. If you have blackheads, I'm telling you, this stuff will change your life. Don't need a lot. I use it on my chin and then also on my nose, and we're just gonna melt them off. And you can like feel it like getting warm. It's crazy. Alright, so we're feeling very fresh, a little bit red. Next, I have been using this Neutrogena Clear Pore Oil Eliminating Astringent. However, I have been doing some research, and alcohol, it very slowly ages your skin. It dries it out. I am looking for a toner that doesn't have alcohol in it. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down below. I've heard good things about the Kylie skincare one, but then I've also heard bad things about Kylie skincare in general. So I am searching for a non-alcohol astringent. So let me know if you have suggestions. The next thing I would do is use this face serum. It is from Marshall's and it's vitamin C. It's supposed to be good for brightening and anti-aging. I put this on every night and I wake up in the morning with very glowy skin. Everything's very hydrated, but it's not like oily. If you have an issue with dryness or dull looking skin, and usually that would be the extent of my skincare routine. Oh my god, guys, okay, really fast. I totally forgot to show you this amazing product, which was like half the reason I wanted to do this video. This Lavish Lash Eyelash and Brow Serum. I got her from Amazon about 2-ish years ago. I don't think I've ever used it for like this long consecutively, like every single night, and I have seen such a difference with my lashes. You probably can't tell, but I'll just get like real close. They're out to here. Like I'm touching the tips of with my finger right here. Their length has actually doubled, and it is all due to this stuff. Use this for 3 months every single night. Your lashes will at least double in size. The way you put it on is just you trace your upper lash and you're done. Anyways, back to the video. I could not tell you guys about this. This is amazing. Okay, so the whole thing of my video that I'm filming tomorrow is I ordered like all new products and I wanted to try them out. However, this one I couldn't change up. I love this formula. I love this color. Loving Tan does have one of the best mitts that I've used. It works really well with this mousse formula. The other tanning product that I got is new and I've never tried it before. It's the Isle of Paradise tanning drops and I've seen great reviews on these. This will be nice for after the Loving Tan on my face is kind of rubbed off. All you do is mix some of these in with a lotion or a face serum and your face will be tan the following morning. So I got these in medium, hoping that dark and the Loving Tan, they'll kind of be about the same level. Usually I would do my whole body with Loving Tan, including my face, but for the purpose of this video, I want to know how well these work. Alright, don't judge her. She's a little chunky in this, but it's okay. For Loving Tan, you definitely want to put lotion on your elbows and your knees, a little bit on your wrists and your ankles. I'm actually gonna grab my glasses because I would like this tan to actually turn out. I look so much like a little librarian and I kind of hate it. It's not cute. It's so not cute. Deluxe Bronzing Mousse Instant Bronzer, Self Tanner and Moisturizer. I usually sleep in it, which is what I'm doing tonight. And I take a shower in the morning and it washes off and leaves a nice natural little glow. And just throw her on. You want to try to do it in like circular motions. Try to get like the tops of your feet and hands too. Okay, so my arms are done. They're gonna darken, like even if they don't look that dark right now. I'm gonna do my whole body but my face. I'll be back to show you the results. We are done with the Loving Tan. I really don't have too much of a problem with it rubbing off on clothes. What I do like to do is wear a long sleeve shirt and long pants when I'm sleeping in this overnight, just because if you have light colored sheets, it does tend to come off a little bit. Next, the Isle of Paradise drops, which I'm so excited for. This is like my first new product that I'm trying from all the new beauty products I got. I had 1 to 12 drops. All right, so it sounds like it's kind of a trial and error process. I'm just gonna put a bunch of these in my hand. Oh, it smells so good. Let's do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got all in my hands. We're mixing her up and we're gonna put her all over. Make sure everything's like blended into my hairline, on my ears. Do not forget about the ears, guys. There's so much vitamin C serum on my face right now. Oh my gosh. She is all tanned up. We're just gonna marinate in that. This is the catch. If you wanna see how the drops work, because I have no idea how that's gonna work, and how my Loving Tan turns out tomorrow, you're gonna have to watch the video that comes out next week where I show you that and so many more makeup products that I've never tried before. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more content from me, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think of the videos. Remember, I post every Monday, so make sure you hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post, and I will see you next week. Bye!